What's going on, country? You already know who it is, man. It's your boy Marak. You know what I mean? I just had to come and stream, for a little bit, man. Hope everybody had some good holidays. You dig? I hope you was able to spread some of that holiday cheer. You know what I mean? As soon as you get up in here, be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to do that. You gotta do that, man. Man, look, we just gonna kind of coast a little bit today, man. I'm chilling, man. Usually whenever I come, I might have things already, lined up, but today we just gonna sit back, man. I just want to kick it with y'all, man. You know what I mean? I just want to kick it with y'all, man. I hope everybody mental is straight. Hope everybody been getting to that bag, man, for real. I mean, 2025, bro. We about to wrap this shit up, man. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, we about to wrap this shit up. Like YP said, man. Put it. We about to put a do rag on it, man, and wrap it up. And that's what's about to happen, man. Hope that you had a really really good 2025. I think my 2025 was long, right? It was long, bro. It was a crazy one, man. I ain't gonna lie. It's been crazy, man. The whole year's been crazy, man. It just has, man. It just really has. But we still here. We still pushing, and definitely, wishing for a very prosperous year in 2026. You dig? But we'll get into that, man, because we got more shows to go on before 2026 even gets here, man. We did over 8 million just this year, you know what I mean, on this channel, man. So shout out to country, man. Thank you to you guys, okay? Because it wouldn't have happened without you guys, man. So I appreciate you, man. Real talk. Um, we just gonna dive into some shit, man. Hope everybody having a cool day so far, bro. Look, Kevin Gates' girlfriend hints that they just got married, man, just 6 months after he divorced Brittany Renner, with whom he was married for only like 52 days, it says. You know what I mean? Um, I mean, y'all have been seeing her, okay? Y'all been seeing her, bro. Let's stop acting like we ain't been seeing her because, whenever people was like saying this and that about Kevin Gates' age and stuff like that, um, you know, y'all was able to see who they were talking about, and it was her. And they kind of have a little age gap and everything, but at the end of the day, he's been with her. I mean, we haven't really seen him with anyone else, honestly, since Brittany Renner. Um, but bro, do definitely be he don't be sitting back, you know, pondering. You know what I mean? He be sitting up there wondering, man. He be getting around here. He gets out. And there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. There's a whole lot of y'all that's like, damn, man, every time I turn around, he got a girl. Listen, bro, there's nothing wrong with him, doing this thing, bro. This nigga's a grown man. He could do whatever the hell he want to do. Some of y'all are like, damn, how did he get married so quick? I don't know if he's like a part of like the Islamic, marriages or I don't really know how that shit work, but I don't think that they need to like honestly like go to court, in order for them to be married. I just don't. I don't think that that's part of it. I think that they can just pretty much have a contract, bro, like real shit, and next thing you know, man, they pretty much date. But so that's the reason why it was just so quick for him to get married to Brittany Renner and then be done with Brittany Renner as well. It was done just like that. And then with him and Drika, it was almost like they wasn't even married. You know what I'm saying? Because at least that was his claim. She was trying to sit up there, man, and take him to court for some money. I don't really know what's going on with that right now. For some child support and shit like that. But he sitting back talking about some. We wasn't even like we really wasn't even married type shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know what um Kevin be having going on around this motherfucker, man. I really just don't. But he said that they wasn't even fucking married. And then whenever that came out, I honestly didn't hear anything else after that. Like seriously. I just didn't. He said he wasn't married and it was almost like that was that. And then the next thing you know, he got married. So this is just where we at with Kevin, man. The nigga said that he said that he, goddamn it, he married. That's what he said. At least let's just go look at it for ourselves. Uh, let's just look at what he been saying. Put it like that, because bro been he be popping this shit on his page. If you want to know, just go look. My heart is at peace. My spirit is in alignment. Love made me better. Today is a real nigga holiday, right? So, uh, right now he at peace. You dig? We move with pure love. Hold on, we'll get into that in a minute. We move with pure love, no manipulation. You've been helping me heal. Thank you, my little ooh ooh. You know what I'm talking about? So shit, like bro happy. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody mad but the devil around this motherfucker, man. This nigga is happy. You know what I mean? She young and she I guess she got it, you know? I guess she got it. But he said, man, he moved with pure love, no manipulation. So he ain't, manipulating her to do nothing. He ain't manipulative, with none of this shit, with the marriages. You dig? It just is. And then some of y'all gotta understand, once just according to certain people's belief systems. And it's even pretty much, you can just go look it up, I'm sure, in the Bible or whatever the case might be. But once you sit up there and you go into an individual raw dealer, like my nigga Simple would say, when you go raw dealer, y'all are married. Just based on just, even I believe in, like Muslims, uh, Christians, that's just the truth. But Christians might not like to sit up there, and you know how Christians sometimes motherfucker, you get to choose what you want to do type shit with that. But as like a Hebrew Israelites, you know what I mean? Once you go raw in a person, at that point you're married. You know what I mean? So choose wisely, you know what I mean? And that's pretty much what it is, you know what I mean? Once he started going there, going raw dealer, yeah, they were married. So yeah, man, at that point they're married. So he doesn't have to just go and, go to the courthouse, bro, and seal the deal. Some people just this is just their belief system. This is just the truth. You know, Kevin been doing this thing, man, and this is just where he at with it, man. So shout out to Kevin, man. I'm not, I ain't against it. Some niggas is mad as hell. They like, but she young. You know what I mean? But that's just what he got going on. That's just what it is. Some of y'all think that he's just wanting to fornicate. Thing is that, according to his belief, you know what I mean? Um, he can't just go, effing on fans and, just different women. He just can't. There's structure with that, right? And just the fact that you don't see him with all these different women and doing this, that, and the third, which he really could. This is Kevin Gates, bro. If he really wanted to, he could have 5 women. He can have 10 women. Just according to just real talk, just being 100, he could really do that. But we don't see him with all of these different women. So I have to give him that respect. Some of y'all will sit up there, man, and dog a nigga that's been, uh, chilling with this woman, that woman, that woman, that woman. You know what I mean? Y'all will dog the hell out of him, call him a dog. This nigga just been chilling with this one chick ever since you seen him with Brittany Renner. You know what I mean? And then before you seen him with her, I think you may have seen him with another, like, but you don't never see him like just like on the cool, like just being a male hoe like that, bro. Dead ass. So I gotta give it to Kevin. I just gotta give it hit that like button, man. You know what I mean? Just for Kevin right now. You know what I mean? Yeah, just go ahead and hit that like button, bro. I'm gonna sit up there, man, and see. Let's move on real quick. Kodak he always saying some shit, man, and we gotta see what Kodak was talking about first of all. Let me see. He said, let's just listen to him. Yeah, once you say that, you the brother. Once a bitch put you in that brother zone, I ain't gonna lie. A lot of times, bro, you cook. But me, I'm the type of individual. Soon as a female call me bro, I'm like, you know what? No, I don't. I'm not your brother. I just lets it be known that I'm not your brother. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? Once a female puts you in that brother zone, Kodak, yeah, you not getting that coochie. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie. But if you sit up there and you let it be known right then and there, like, look, I am not your brother. Okay, you know what I mean? I don't even want to be your brother. I don't want to be nothing like that. And then on top of that, I find you attractive. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can't be your brother. I just kind of lets it be known in the way immediately, man, to squash that, so I don't even have no problems. You know what I mean? So if Kodak would have sat up there, man, and told Cardi, like, look, I'm not your brother. Okay. I don't want to be your brother. I don't want to, nothing like that. Then I think that he probably would have had a chance. You know what I mean? And then y'all wouldn't be sitting up there roasting Kodak like y'all be sitting up there roasting him. That's just what it is. Um, if I'm Kodak, I still would. This is what I wouldn't have done. I wouldn't have went live, and put this shit on wax. I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'm saying? Because that kind of, I mean, don't get it twisted. Now she understands that you don't want to be her brother, and you actually find her attractive. But that would have been a better way of doing it just by like, either A, getting a feature, you know what I'm saying, and then having that conversation, you know what I'm saying, once y'all, met up or something like that. Like, girl, I don't look at you like, no, bro, like you my sis, you know what I'm saying? Baby, you too attractive, but I know you got this and that going on, but I just wanted to let that be known. I don't look at you like my sis. And she would have laughed and she would have and let it she would have accepted it, right? And once she sat up there and accepted it, then they would have been able to move on. It doesn't mean that now she finna bend over and let you in, but she just understands that man, you don't want to be the bro, okay? So, and it's funny, and she gets it now, you know what I mean? So whenever that opportunity arises, you'll be able to, possibly, get in where you fit in. So that's what I would have did if I was Kodak. Some of you niggas, y'all on you just not used to having women. You know what I mean? You're not used to having a fine, attractive woman. You know what I mean? You just not. So you don't know how to sit up there and talk. A lot of y'all, it's not even the reason why you're not used to it is because you don't know how to talk. You know what I mean? Just keeping it all the way stacked. Just because you see niggas with, chains and, what I mean, rings and all of these different things, bro, that doesn't mean that these niggas really have confidence like that. Some of these niggas, what I mean, they know they ugly. You know what I mean? Hey, you talk about so they'll get in the mirror saying these things. What I mean? They feel like they ugly. You know what I mean? So if they don't have on no jewelry, some of them don't even really on the cool have no personality. They have to put the personality on. You know what I mean? They have to go purchase the personality. You know what I mean? But without that, they be feeling little as hell. Nigga don't be having no type of conversations. You know what I mean? Whenever you sitting up there talking to a female, she just think your ass is just goofy. You know what I mean? Why? Because you don't read, and your conversation is just kind of like you don't read. And so with that being said, bro, you don't get to get in. You know what I mean? Because you don't have nothing to say. So you have to pretty much get, if you a hood nigga with no type of confidence and you ain't got no type of conversation about yourself, you're gonna have to get a hood chick, you know what I mean, that can pretty much relate to you. You know what I mean? Cause she got a brother that's dumb. You know what I mean? Like she got a cousin that's stupid, like your ass. You know what I mean? So it ain't nothing, you know what I mean, to date, you know what I mean, a stupid motherfucker like yourself because, you know what I mean, this is pretty much what's common, you know what I mean, a lot of times, but not all the time in the hood, you know what I mean, is everybody stupid. You know what I mean? So if you're a hood nigga that, got some intelligence about yourself, take this game, you know what I mean, with you, you dig, and you are off top, you're gonna have something to talk about. You know what I mean? Some of you niggas just don't have no topics about yourself, bro. Nigga limited to one topic, drugs. Like nigga, you gonna have to come harder, bro. Like they got two topics, drugs, gangster. Like nigga, do you have any goals? Like What do you think about traveling? What do you think about life? What do you think about politics? They can't even go nowhere because he ain't got no type of nothing about himself. You know what I mean? So, that's what I'll say about that. I had to sit up there, man, and drop some of that paint, where it ain't, for the ones that's, really been looking for some of that good, information. You already know, man. Some of y'all used to sit up there, man, and pay them consultations. You know what I mean? And them consultations was definitely getting y'all some places. You know what I mean? I'm still having guys, reaching out, wondering when, I'm gonna do that again. And eventually, we will crank that back up. In the meantime, to the ones that's serious, y'all be sure to sit up there, man, and you can find me on Instagram, bro. You already know. Um, and whenever you go to the Instagram, just shoot me a message, man. We'll go from there, right? Um, let's get on to HoneyKomb, man. HoneyKomb been, doing his thing lately. You know what I mean? We glad to see him home, for the holidays and shit like that, man. So shout out to HoneyKomb, man. This is one of them ones. Um, we don't know what's gonna go on with HoneyKomb, but we know that he's going to be successful in this rap. We just don't know how, he's gonna get in there, right? But it seems like lately, bro has, he been going at some heads lately. You know what I mean? Sometimes this is just what they say. They say sometimes you have to go at certain people's head in the industry if you want to be hot. Like if you really want to be one of them ones, man, you're gonna have to sit up there, man, and you're gonna have to do something, man, to get your name out there. There's a lot that's happened, with Honeycomb Brazy where his name was out there. You know what I'm saying? But so I'm not saying that, bro is trying to get no type of clout, what I mean, or nothing like that. But I'll just say that shit. Once you start going at people, man, and your name start pretty much being in a versus with somebody else's name, that's when, other people are like, who is this guy? You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, man, there go the buzz. Lately, like just recently, he ended up he had a few words for bank, and I'm not gonna stay too much on that because they ended up, pretty much putting that shit to the side. But if you don't know, this is what was said. He said one thing about them ATL N words, they gonna stick together. Big Bank don't even want to do the interview no more. I'm thinking Big Unk was a real one. That boy hit my phone like, "Hey man, I f with you, respect what you standing on, but these my people." Uh, I'm like, what the hell? That's your Sally, all G. So I went to no jumper, but you disappointed me. I can't even call you OG no more. You know what I mean? So, of course, Big Bank ended up seeing that, and I believe they ended up having some conversations, and that's probably going to get hashed out. Um, then he ended up hitting the at button to Moneybag Yo. He said, and Moneybag, your ass ain't teaching niggas shit about the feds. Pooh came home and dropped one song and explained more about the feds than your whole tape. Now that's two people right there, man. You know what I mean? That's Bank. And now he's in set up there, man, and hit the at you did to Moneybag Yo. You did. So, damn, that's two right there. Bank got some name, you know what I mean, in the industry now. You know what I'm saying? He definitely do. So that's a big name. And then whenever he hit him with Moneybag Yo, that was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like I think that caught a lot of people off guard. Um, on that one, man, because come on, man, that's Moneybag. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, man. People was looking at that shit kind of crazy. Let's look at this, but it's kind of wanted to pull this up, man, just so that we was all on the same page. Shout out to Vicious. Let me see. Let me get a better view. Boom. You know what I'm saying? Let's again. We can't even really look at it the way we want to. We can't look at it the way we want to, but y'all see it, man. That's just what he said, man. Honeycomb ended up saying, that basically Moneybag ain't teach us shit about the feds. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not gonna lie, bro. Uh, Moneybag is a big name. Okay, that's a big name in the industry. So that's two heads you did that he didn't win at. That's two heads. You know what I'm talking about? That bro didn't win at just that fast. You know what I mean? Like it didn't even take that long. He went at him, you know what I mean, just that fast. Um, not gonna lie, lyrically, like on the back and forth level, this would be good. Not trying to sit up there, man, and start nothing. You know what I mean? But I think that this would be very good. You know what I mean? On the back and forth, you know, some on some lyrical shit, right? It's that's big. It just is. But that's two heads, you know what I mean, that he ended up going at, bro. And then he also said, Finesse, you laughing at what I said about Bag. Boy, straighten that rumor up. The F you own. I'm finished to just get off the neck because I see what's going on for real. I'm the last real nigga left. Um, so yeah, so he ended up, you know, showing that, you know, Finesse2Tymes had ended up there entering. That shit's crazy, man. I think that's all we got. But yeah, so yeah, man. So I don't know, man. Y'all gotta let me know, bro. What y'all think about this shit? Cause it's crazy, bro. Like I said, bro, that's really three heads, but two heads right there, bro. That's crazy work. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy, man. That shit right there is crazy. But since then, like I said, man, he ended up saying that him and Bank is have left that alone. But as far as like him and Bag, that's just a different type of. That's just something different, man. You know, he ended up saying that Pooh taught us more. You know what I mean? I just want to know, bro. Like, what do y'all think about this? You know what I mean? Like, what do y'all think about this, bro? Like, is this serious, or do y'all think that bro is just trying to like get some clout? You know what I mean, or some shit like that? Because you know, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, you know, motherfuckers do want their little clap there. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah, you know, let me know, man. Is this a clout move? And who goes harder? Like in you know, with this rap shit. Let's keep it a buck. Moneybag Yo or Honeycomb? Who goes harder in your opinion? Like who really got something to talk about for real? Um, this shit right here is just crazy, man. It really is because I didn't expect this, bro. This shit right here different. You know, this shit right here different. These two like at odds. Like I understood the Finesse2Tymes and I mean, you know, and honeycomb shit. I got that. All right, cool. Y'all don't like each other at all. But we gonna get to that. Um, They yeah, we'll get to the honeycomb and finesse in just a second, but I do want to I want to ask y'all, bro. Like this shit is serious. Like, bro, who go the hardest, man, out of these two? If I had to pick, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go with Moneybag, but let me tell you why, because I have to explain first. Uh, one thing about Moneybag is he gave us bangers. You know what I mean? He's gave us some real good classics, you know what I mean, over the years. He really has. You know what I mean? Bro has done his thing. And then, the recent collab that he did with Herb was just I really did like that because it was almost like the old bag was, you know what I mean, is back. You know what I mean? Like it's like I like the way bro got on that hoe. But so I'd have to give it to Bag because of he's gave us real good music. Um as far as Honeycomb, I think that Honeycomb can out rap Moneybag. But as far as putting together a really decent song, I don't know if he can do it better than Bag. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to see, what I mean, from honeycomb. You know what I mean? That's the reason why I don't really care for like the beef, like negative, like I'm ready to just, slide on niggas type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it really takes away from that creativity. Now it's time for niggas to really get inside of that bag, that music bag. You know what I'm saying? And really show us, what I mean, that creativity. Like really put together some hits. You know what I mean? When I say like hits, I'm talking like you know what I mean? Like real songs, like real, put together songs. We don't really need slide music. I know niggas. That ain't to say like I'm saying F the streets and shit. Please don't connect me with that. I'm just saying I just want to hear niggas like really, really come through with some really good masterpieces, bro. Like dead ass. Um, the one that Moneybag did just about, Waukesha. Like that was a well put together, that's what I'm saying when I say a song, like a real good song. You know what I mean? Like put together some shit like that. And then if we get Honeykomb doing that, ain't no telling, bro. So I think my opinion might be a little bit different around this motherfucker because, bro, he different. You know what I mean? He kind of put me in the mind frame of a Scarface dead ass with just the way that he can just there's he's unpredictable. You know what I mean? Honeykomb is unpredictable, bro. With his rap, you don't know where he gonna go with this shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can listen to a song and then you'll pick up on something else, like damn, like how did this nigga put this shit together? Like that shit crazy. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I got to give it to both of them, but y'all gotta let me know, man, who is going the hardest. You know what I'm saying? That's really what I want to know. Um, Let me move on. We take a quick shift, real quick, and we'll get back to Honeykomb. But Aiden Ross ended up coming out. Some people think that he was talking about Casanat. Uh, um, okay. I hope that y'all can hear this shit. But basically, some people say it's kind of like he was kind of downplaying, what Casanat, ended up saying about mental health and things like that. He's wondering how the hell is having mental health issues with with all this damn money, bro. Like, it don't take much to sit up there, basically and pull out a camera, you know what I'm saying, and just goddamn stream, press record, and jump around and invite people over to your crib. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you that uh, it's deeper than that. Aiden, like it's much deeper than some people be really going through some shit, what I'm saying, behind all that shit. And then a whole lot of that shit be coming with, what I'm saying, some negative shit. You know what I mean? A lot of that shit, a lot of that money, a lot of that fame be coming with some shit. You know what I'm saying? To where motherfuckers gotta sit up there, man, and vent at some point, or motherfucker might go crazy. Ain't no telling what motherfuckers dealing with, you know what I'm saying, regarding that's why I don't want to be famous. Hell is you talking about? But so it's deeper. Motherfuckers be having other shit going on, you know what I'm saying? So that's what I'll say on that. But he's, Aiden just trying to figure out, like, bro, come on, man, this how the hell is you going through this and that? He don't understand it. He just don't understand it. So I don't know, man. Y'all gotta let me know, bro. Like, what do y'all think about that shit? Do y'all think he's being insensitive, about this shit, or like I don't know, man. Yeah, y'all let me know, man, because you know I don't know if he's like jabbing that, bro. Right? I don't know if them niggas is having some problems behind closed doors, and he trying to use this moment to jab. I really just don't know. Um, But that's what we got, man. Y'all hit that like button. Let's see what's going on with Tyrese, man. Tyrese says he feels liberated after divorce from Samantha Gibson is finalized. I just want to read this part real fast. It's done. Tyrese revealed his lengthy divorce battles with Samantha Gibson has officially been finalized after 4.5 years. The singer took to Instagram reflecting on what he called one of the most emotionally draining seasons of his life, sharing that he spent nearly 2 million plus in legal fees and endured what he says was $50 million worth of public scrutiny, PR damage, and reputational attacks tied to the very public divorce and child support battles. Uh, Shit. Says despite it all, Tyrese says he kept showing, still creating, still loving, and still being a present father. He also opened up about spending Christmas alone this year, admitting he couldn't bring his entire family together the way he was used to, but said his daughters were still spoiled, a reality that humbled him deeply. So, shout out to Tyrese, man. Because I know that nigga was just, whoo, Lord have mercy. I know that nigga is just happy that this bitch is out the damn picture now. You know what I mean? Like, god damn, she was draining this man, bro. He was going through a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie. You could tell that Tyrese was sitting up there going through it, bro. You could just tell that he was going through it. So I'm glad, what I mean, that he's done with this whole situation, man. Like, damn, bro. 2 million is a lot. And the 50 million he talking about, hopefully he gonna be able to, recoup that. I don't know if he's saying that he lost 50 million. Let me see. He says, hold on, he spent nearly 2 million in legal fees and endured what he says was $50 million worth of public scrutiny. So I don't know, man. At this point, I'm just glad that this shit is over, so we don't got to sit up there, man, and see this no more. She did definitely drag it. I don't know, man. It's a lot that I could say, but I'm not gonna say too much because I don't know too much about that situation. So I'm gonna just leave that shit alone and just say that I'm happy that that nigga is done with that situation, man. Gucci man's wife Keisha gifts him $1 million Turbo Jacob watch for Christmas. Let's take a look, man. Let's check it out, bro. Okay, yeah. She went to Jacob. She definitely went to Jacob. That shit nice. That nigga said, "This is beautiful." So allegedly, this is another $1 million watch. She's bought him a watch in times past that was worth 1 million, but he has him a new one. You know what I mean? Shout out to Gucci. Y'all let me know, man, what y'all think about this. Some of y'all saying that this shit is lame as hell. That's just what some of y'all are saying. Some of y'all, I don't know if it's hate, what I mean, or what, but this is just what that is, man. Y'all be saying all type of shit. When I looked at them comments, matter of fact, I ain't even gonna sit up there and play. Let's look at these comments, bro. Them said, ain't no way $1 million watch coming in a box like that. They crazy. Nice watch, but they should definitely talk to Jacob. If I spend $1 million, I want it to be presentable. They packed that like a car brake pads. That nigga crazy. That nigga crazy. But yeah, man. Imagine spending 1 million on a watch and it comes in an Amazon box. She just got played. That shit. Y'all are crazy, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all see all this motherfucking hate? This nigga talking about I know DH Gate when I see these niggas is crazy. Now this is what I do think is gonna happen very soon. I feel like that watch ghosts or watch busters or whatever they be calling that shit. I feel like they're gonna come out and say that this shit ain't even $1 million watch. That's just what I feel like is gonna happen, man. But he seemed to be, pretty excited. Some of y'all was expecting him to be, jumping up and down. I don't know. It's not that big to me because I don't have 1 million goddamn no. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that big to me because I don't really give a damn about jewelry. But to them niggas that's really balling like that, this is one of them big boys. Some of them niggas is like, damn man, I can't believe he got that off. He must be really, like damn, I was gonna get it. Like I don't know, like I don't know the conversations that them niggas is having, but I ain't got no money to be hating. So all I can say is, man, that's what's up. I didn't get $1 million. I didn't even get a watch. You know what I'm saying? For none of that. You did. So that's just what I'll say on that, man. But let's sit up there, man, and move on, move on, move on, move on. Karuchi is embracing the stepmother role in the Sanders family. Okay, so Karuchi says she got to get her stepson a gift. You know, so she ended up getting Dion, little Dion. A little bag. You did what I'm talking about. And yeah, man. So I guess that's what it is. That's just what it is. I don't know. I don't know what y'all expecting, man, but this shit they still rocking. Unc got that in the bag. Now that's in the bag. Okay, Prime been sitting up there, going in his prime. You know what I mean? On Karuchi, hell is you talking about? Prime has been going in his prime, if you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? On Karuchi, dig what I'm saying? Hell is you talking about, man? It's just what it is, man. It's a very good look, on Coach. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. This is a very good look on Coach, bro. Y'all gotta give it to him. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta give it to him, bro. Like, damn, this is huge. Y'all gotta like, hold on, man. Let me get them on the camera, man. Hey, we gotta pull them up real quick, man. Hold on, man. Let's just pull them up on the camera real fast. This is a very good look for Coach. Coach, I apologize. You know what I mean? I'm looking for better pictures. You know what I mean on here right now, but yes, bro, this is a very good look for Coach, bro. You know what I mean? Like seriously, man. Um, y'all wasn't expecting this. Y'all wasn't expecting this, man. Y'all really wasn't, man. Y'all wasn't expecting this, bro. This is huge and a very good look for Coach. It's a good look for her as well. Don't get this shit fucked up. It's a damn good look for her as well. But it's a great look for Coach. I'm happy, that Coach is happy. She's been looking like, she's just some fresh air, what I mean, for Coach. And then the fact that she's sitting up there embracing, the stepmother role, that says a whole lot, what I mean, about, where they are, with this relationship. Okay. It just says a whole lot about where they are with this relationship. For her to be sitting up there, what I mean, buying Dion Jr., what I mean, the motherfucking bag and what I mean, and saying that she's pretty much embracing that stepmother role. Man, this is crazy than a motherfucker to have your stepmom is fucking Karuchi. This is crazy, man. This is crazy, man. Uh, I don't know how Chris is feeling, but if I'm Chris, I'm pissed. Just simple as that. If I'm Chris, I'm pissed. You know what I mean? But of course, I'm over it because every bitch that I can bag, can look better or just similar to her. He typically, stays with a particular type of bitch. You know what I mean? So, uh, it's just, I understand it. Chris is cool, but Karuchi is Karuchi. You know what I mean? Like, you'll never get another Karuchi. So, the fact that, he don't have her, I'm sure he'd be feeling some type of way, but at the same time, man, to lose her, not even lose her, but for her to go with like Coach Prime, that shit is crazy as hell. I don't know, bro. Like, I don't know. That's crazy, bro. And he's been single for a while. You got to give it to him. Coach was single. What I mean, for quite some time. You know, he really was. I remember, him with what's her name, man? I can't think of her name right now, and I guess it don't matter. You know what I'm saying? I guess it just don't matter. But if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? Because I used to sit up there, man, and watch Coach, uh, his little TV show and shit like that he had. If you know, you know, right? And he had a little something going on then, but she didn't look like Karuchi. I could tell you that right goddamn now. She was older, what I mean, than Karuchi. She was still smart. Coach always goes for, what I mean, a woman that's smart, bro, and got a really good head on her shoulder. So I already know that, Karuchi, she just has I just know that she has, something in the what do you call it? In the brain department. You know what I mean? Like I just know that intelligence is on a whole nother level. Like I just know this. You know, so we just I don't know, man. We'll see how this shit goes and shit like that and all that. You know what I mean? But right now it's really looking like something. I ain't gonna lie, it's really looking like something. Shit, I got to give it to him. I just have to, man. Y'all gotta let me know though. What y'all think about this whole thing because we gonna have our haters. I already know y'all niggas gonna be hating. You know, I know y'all gonna be hating. I know some of y'all niggas is like, damn, but they be liking that old thing. You know what I mean? Them old players. You know what I mean? Like they be liking them old players. One thing about them old players, bro, and I'm not calling coach a old player, but I'm saying like when I'm saying them like them OGs, they like them because they got security. A lot of you niggas, you know, you don't know how to save. You know what I mean? Like you don't have nothing going on. You know what I'm saying? So it's easy for a female to pretty much go on about her motherfucking business after dealing with your ass because you don't be. But some of them old ones, man, they be already they be having things situated around here. You know what I mean? Niggas be having money, man. You know what I mean? They got their shit in order. Some of them niggas are scattered, so don't get this shit fucked up. Not all them old niggas be having their shit together. You dig what I'm saying? But and some of them niggas be sitting up there cheating on their wives and getting caught and what I mean, still, going through little boy ass shit. But, I know one thing about Coach, that's not what we have with Coach Coaches. He got his house, you know what I mean? Big ass house, big on acres, you know what I mean, late, chilling, you know what I mean? Just is ready for, a woman, a boss woman. You know what I mean? A woman that's gonna take care of business. You know what I mean? A woman that's gonna, what I mean, take care of things around here. His house. If you've seen Coach's house, his house is just fitting. You know what I mean, for a woman that's ready. You know what I mean, for a man, uh, like Coach. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. The house is fitting, you know what I mean, for a woman. And that's all that's missing is some ass, you know what I mean, out there. You know what I mean? And what better ass cheeks you did than Karuchi Trams, you know what I mean, to be out there on that motherfucking land. You know what I mean? Shout out to Coach Prime. You know what I mean, bro? Like I said, be in his prime. You know what I mean? You gotta go to your prime when you get in that ass. Hell is you talking about, bro? That's Karuchi. This is Chris Brown's bitch. Hell is you talking about? That's more of a reason for you to sit up there, you know what I mean, and go in. Nigga, this is Chris Brown's bitch. You mean to tell me, nigga, hold on. No, I don't got just anybody. Hold on, man. No, I got Chris Brown's bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I actually like Chris Brown. Nigga ain't listened to no Chris Brown, you know what I mean, ever since, you know what I mean, he been fucking with Carucci. What you want to bet? I guarantee you that coach used to sit up there, man, and, you know what I mean, have a little Chris Brown on, and, you know what I mean, especially during the Christmas time, this Christmas, that Chris Brown was not, yeah, he wasn't playing this Christmas. I can tell you that now. It wasn't no this Christmas, you know what I mean, around that mother. No, it wasn't. You know what I mean? This Christmas, we ain't playing no motherfucking Chris Brown. Not on these acres. You know what I mean? Not in Canton, Texas. You know what I mean? One thing about Canton, Texas, they wasn't listening to no motherfucking Chris Brown this Christmas. No, they wasn't. You know what I mean? Carucci was out there, you know what I mean, catching fish. You know what I'm saying? Catching and releasing. As you talking about. She was catching and releasing and catching and releasing. You know what I mean? All let me move on. Y'all hit that motherfucking like button, man. Y'all hit that motherfucking subscribe button, man. Golly. Let's sit up there, man, and check this out, man. It says Blueface reacts to people telling, his girlfriend that she looks like T.I.'s son, King Harris. We just gonna stop it right there. From that angle, yes, she does. For a second, she did. He said that, I mean, she looks like a better version of King Harris. But he did said he did say that she does look like King Harris. He's agreeing that she looks like a dude. And ain't no way in the hell am I gonna sit up there and be with somebody that I think looks like a dude. No, I'm not. You know what I mean? Now let's just get a good look real quick. Y'all let me know, you know what I mean? Does she look like King Harris? this sometimes we gotta be careful on what the fuck we agree to saying sometimes. I'm not about to sit up there, nigga, and tell the whole world that the girl that I've been sitting up here piping out, you know what I mean? The girl that I've been sitting up here, you know, giving, all type of, my bodily fluids that she, look and resembles a dude that she resembles Ti's son. Like, yeah, you, you know what I mean? You know what? You kind of look like Ti's son. Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, no, we're not doing that. That's not some shit that I'm about to just be agreeing on. No, we're not. Comments like that is getting blocked in the comment section. You know what I mean? That's what's gonna happen with that. But King did respond. This nigga crazy. He said he don't look like no female out here, and he's even he's caught off guard. You know what I mean? He's caught off guard with that shit. He wasn't feeling that. You know what I mean? You saying that your girl, you know what I mean, looks like this nigga, and you cool with that, and you finna sit up there knowing this and go back inside the bitch. Y'all niggas is crazy. You know what I mean? Now this is just a different level of crazy right here. But you gotta watch what you say. Now I'm not saying that bro is on that, and I mean, we're not about to do that with Blueface, because one thing that I know about Blueface is, what I'm saying, he will hit you in the face around this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't gonna sit up there and say that, but what I will say is that we need to be careful about how we word things around this motherfucker, man. You know what I mean? And some shit ain't worth no live. Like, we're not gonna say this shit on live. No, we're not. We not. No, we're not. And we know we're not. I wouldn't even, me personally, that just wouldn't even have been nothing in my household. You know what I mean? Like I said, as soon as somebody got to saying that, nigga, they would have got blocked. You know what I'm talking about? They just would have got blocked. But to, I don't know, man. Shout out to Blueface, man. But King wasn't feeling that shit, and if I'm King, that's what I would have said as well. Like, nigga, hold on, bro. Like, what are y'all even talking about over there? That's what I would have been saying. I appreciate, um, the clout and what I mean, things like that, because I do got this, this song that I needed to promote. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, nigga, that shit's weird. But just since then, what I mean, this nigga's already responded. Blueface responds and said, "You look like a bitch. King Harris, you look like my bitch, bro. Get over it. There's nothing manly about you." That's crazy. So he said he tried to say it the nicest way that he could without calling King Harris a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So see, he didn't sit up there, man, and switched it. You know, he switched it. That shit crazy. So now he's saying that nothing is manly about him now. You know what I mean? He said that people don't know how to just be mentioned and just leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas always want to sit up there, man, and take it up a notch. You know what I mean? To get them some clout and things like that. Uh, but at the end of the motherfucking day, now he's calling, you know, King Harris a bitch. You know what I'm saying? And this is just it's just crazy. But like I said, you know what I'm saying, still we gotta watch what we say, because he did say what he initially said. And if I'm King, I would have still responded the way that I responded. Cause like, nigga, wait a minute, that's weird. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the motherfucking day, I'm not about to sit up there and say that Blueface is on no shit. No, I'm not gonna do that. And if I'm King Harris, you know what I mean? This is just if I'm King Harris. if I'm King Harris, what I would do is I would I would just, you know what I'm saying, of course, King Harris being T.I.'s son, he's gonna say something. But if I'm King, I'm not gonna go too far. No, I'm not. I would just politely leave that situation alone because the more I go deeper, the more that this shit can get out of hand. And because I know that Blueface is really, tied in, I'm gonna leave Blueface ass alone. We gonna move on. Okay. This nigga said that, the bitch look like me, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I'm moving on. You know what I mean? I don't want nothing to do. I don't want no problems with that. I'm T.I.'s son. Dad's getting millions. I want to just stay associated with that. I don't want to be on no type of nothing. You know what I mean? But one thing I know about King Harris, he's going to say something back. And this is Tootie homeboy. Nigga, the hell you talking about? So you already know, man, he gonna sit up there, man, and pop his shit. Y'all know that. Y'all know he gonna sit up there and pop his shit, man. It ain't finna just it ain't finna just go like that. That nigga like he gonna sit up there, man, and say what he got to say. And that's just what that shit is, bro. That's motherfucking Tootie homie, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's Tootie homie. And one thing I know about Tootie, Tootie gonna be ready for whatever with this shit. So I just hope it don't go too far because King ain't no hoe. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I mean? Nothing like that either. So, that's what I'll say on that, man. Shout out to all of them, man. I think that this just is just all fun and games. And like I said, bro, I wouldn't go too far with Blue. No, sir. Wouldn't do it. Um, let's see, man. Let's see, man. Let's see, man. Let's move on. Some people be really looking for that clout, bro. And I don't know if this is a situation, of somebody just trying to get some damn clout. You did, but you know, trying to basically help Ned's declassifieds, guy, alum, Daniel J. Curtis Lee. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. No, that's Tyler Chase. Matter of fact, let me just hit. This nigga don't want to be helped. I could tell. I could look at him and tell he don't want to be helped. Hell is you talking about? Boy, when you that out, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to be helped. They said that the black man that was just on the screen said he tried to basically help him. He got him a hotel and shit like that. Next thing you know, goddamn it, he trashed the hotel, and shit like this. And, I guess they just left him where it was. You know what I'm saying? They just left his ass where he was. But that shit is crazy though. That shit is crazy, boy. I don't know what happened, but them drugs, bro, them shits ain't no motherfucking joke. That shit ain't no joke. But some people, bro, on the cool they really don't want to be helped, bro. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, it's only so much that damn you can do. Real shit. But some people, they know this. They know that he can't be helped. And instead of just knowing that, they'll sit up there and just go over there and try to get the clout. So I think that that's what the black dude was doing, but that's just me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't really know for sure, but I just think that it just had something to do with some clout for real, bro. You know what I mean? Niggas don't want to help him. Nigga taking him to what is taking him to the damn hotel gonna do? Nigga, he's on drugs. You taking him to the damn hotel? Taking him to the hotel? Nigga, he's on drugs. Nigga, fuck is you talking about? This nigga he's gonna be going through a withdrawal. It ain't and all types of shit. This nigga need to be in a rehabilitation center. That's where he needs to be. He don't need to be in the hotel. He's going to trash the hotel just like he did. Niggas is upset that he trashed that he did what he was supposed to do as a, as a crackhead, like as a, as somebody that's on the streets, as a junkie, like somebody that is like strung out on drugs. What do you expect him to do? This nigga seeing coffee and all type of shit around him. He like, yeah, that's all type of shit in there that nigga he ain't never seen. That nigga was having a field day in that motherfucker. And then you told him to just sit in here and watch TV. Nigga ain't watched TV in Lord knows how long. He can't sit still. He's wired up. But that's just what we got, man. Um, that's just what we got. Hold on. Let's move on, man. Look like Carl Anthony Towns popped the question to Jordan Woods. Okay, he said, will you be mine? And she obviously said yes. You know what I mean? So congratulations, man, um, to the couple, man. That shit looked like they in New York. Yep, definitely in New York. That's what's up, man. I thought that was Magic Johnson for a second. You read this motherfucker. But shout out to bro, man. That shit right there is huge, man. You know what I mean? Niggas been tying the knot. He probably waited all the way until, Christmas so that, it would have its significance. You know what I'm talking about? But shout out to bro, you know what I mean? It's been a long time. I know a lot of the females is very happy about it. No one told me, she was like, you should see Jordan Woods and finally got married or got engaged. I'm like, okay. You know what I mean? Y'all be just celebrating people's shit. I didn't even know who she was. I ain't even gonna lie to you, 'cause I don't give a damn about the Knicks. I'm gonna tell you that. Damn. Shout out to bro though, cause he do be doing his thing. I know his last game, he was popping it. Man, wishing them niggas, wishing them some losses to Dallas. I'll tell you that. You know what I mean? Shit, if you ain't Dallas, bro, I ain't really. I fuck with the Lakers though. I ain't gonna lie. I do like the Lakers. Um, who else, man? The Lakers for sure. Dallas for sure. I still like Steph. You know what I mean? So I'm kind of, with the Warriors a little bit. I'm all over the place. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna lie because I'm a fan of the NBA. I really am. I'm a real true fan of the NBA. So you might call me a bandwagon. No, I'm just not. I'm not too deep into all of that. I don't really. I ain't really that deep with it now. I like my team to win, you know what I mean? And I like my Cowboys. Them niggas ain't gonna win, but it stops there. It's not too deep, bro. It ain't too deep. Um, let's see, man. This shit is crazy. We're gonna talk about this real quick, and then we got one more. Then I'm probably gonna wrap it. But it's the ex-wife of the deceased rapper Craig Mack, who was signed to Diddy's label Bad Boy Record, thinks he was purposely infected with HIV. That shit is crazy. And I remember seeing him. So I don't know. It was crazy how he had just kind of all of a sudden passed away. You know, that shit was kind of like all of a sudden on the cool. You know what I'm saying? It was kind of weird. But I do know that he was one of them ones that put in that work. You dig what I'm saying? So um, I'm hoping that she ends up finding out what transpired with that. You know what I'm saying? Because not gonna lie, that whole thing it was weird, nigga. And if it was some type of foul play going on, nigga, shit. Man, I hope that shit come to light. They always say, what's in the dark will, come to light. So we gonna see and see how that shit sit up there, man, and play out, man. Um, but we're gonna talk finesse 2 times and HoneyKomb Brazy, just real quick, man. Um, and I'm gonna just give my whole opinion, about this. Now, this has been some back and forth, right? There's been some back and forth here and there, things like that, but there has not been any gang shit to go on with this particular disagreement. What I'll say, because I was looking at the shout out to Say Cheese. Sean Cotton ended up sitting down and doing an interview with Finesse2Tymes here recently, and in that particular interview, you can hear um, Finesse2Tymes explaining where things went wrong, right? And it really just kind of honestly just seems like, if anything, nigga, Finesse2Tymes basically owes, you know, honey yeah, HoneyKomb pretty much a bag. You know what I mean? He owes him a little bit more, man. You know what I mean? He doesn't feel like he's loyal. But at this point, it could be a situation of where if he does give the money to HoneyKomb Brazy, then HoneyKomb Brazy will probably still say, "Man, fuck you, man. You only giving me this money so that y'all can set me up and kill me." You know what I mean? Like, I just don't trust you. You know what I mean? Because it shouldn't have came to this type shit. There's no telling, how HoneyKomb, might see it. But it just seems like this shit could actually be squashed, because if y'all watch that particular interview, it doesn't seem like Finesse2Tymes is upset, anymore. It seems like he's in a good place, and it seems like everything that we see on the internet is just the trolling. He just does that, you know what I mean, because he wants to keep his name buzzing, and rightfully so. But it seems like, what I mean, on some serious shit, what I'm saying, outside of the trolling, it seems like, he's ready to come to like a sit down. He just wants to, it seems like he's at a good place with everything, and that this shit could actually be resolved. So what it would come down to is, these two guys basically being a man, and being men, and then, coming together on one accord. Not to say that if they don't come together, they're not men, but I'll say that, that's just what it would take. It would take niggas to, actually, have balls and, sit up there, man, like men, and come together, you know what I mean, and put some shit to rest. That's what we mean when we say F the streets. You know what I'm saying? If they are really on some F the street shit, which we already know HoneyKomb ain't on that fuck the street shit. You know what I mean? He actually has a song that's about to drop, if it hasn't dropped already, called F the Streets. You know what I'm saying? So, what I mean, be sure to check that out. I can't wait to, what I mean, check that shit out. But that's what we mean when we say F the streets, man. We don't have to sit up there, man, and bring this shit to the streets. Because if it come to the streets, then somebody's gonna have to die. And somebody's gonna have to, go to jail. And because y'all are, getting a name, somebody's gonna have to sit up there, man, and get a damn Rico around this motherfucker. Yes, you are. You know what I mean? That's just what it is, man. And it'll just become some more entertainment for people. But these guys would actually make way more money, what I mean, if they were to come together. You know what I mean? Just imagine all of the concerts and things like that these guys could, do, man. Just all of the shows, man. They could sit up there, man, and go on a tour. You know what I mean? There's just so much money, the merch, what I mean, that they could get out of this whole situation, man. The content, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a lot, that we could get from this. And then it would just be huge for hip hop, right? But not saying that they just need to do it, but it's just a lot for them to gain if they did it. You know what I'm saying? It just really is. It's a lot there, but it just doesn't seem like Finesse2Tymes is against coming together or just squashing this shit, right? It just doesn't seem like it in his new released interview. So be sure, to check that shit out, man. Shit is, I don't know, man. I was able to look at him from a different angle, right? It didn't seem like he wasn't doing all that hooting and hollering and, what I mean, like acting like he wanted to kill the nigga or nothing like that, man. It just seemed like it was just a big misunderstanding. And basically, it was in so many words, it was kind of like HoneyKomb ended up pretty much helping Finesse2Tymes get his deal. Okay. And so he felt that he was owed, what I mean, a little something there. You know what I mean? He was in jail at the time and, going through it. And the other guy was out and, he had his freedom and it was getting the checks. He just felt like, man, hey man, send me something. And Finesse said that he ended up sending them like 1,500 to 2,000. And I'm not gonna lie to you. $1,500 to $2,000, bro, is just not enough money, nigga, when I didn't help you get a deal. I didn't help you change your fucking life. You able to get money forever. I'm not saying that I was gonna keep you from getting no money, or like I'm just, the reason that you eating, but nigga, I'm the reason that you eating in the way, because not I'm not the reason that you're continuously eating. You have a natural talent, but I helped you get your put on, bro. You know what I mean? I helped you get that bag. You know what I mean? I helped you get over there so that you can sit up there and make millions. Even if you don't give me a million, give me something respectable. You know what I'm saying? Like, just give me something respectable, man. So, I kind of understand, where he would be coming from. Because if I help my nigga, I'm not trying to say, nigga, you owe me your life, but bitch, you owe me your life. Okay, nigga. Nigga, look out for me, nigga, and I shouldn't have to tell you to look out for me. If I got to tell you to look out for me, then I'm gonna be looking at you, what I mean, kind of different. You know what I'm saying? Because nigga, I helped you get home, man. I helped you. You know what I mean? Some of these niggas ain't like that. You know what I mean? You'll help them niggas, with some shit, and nigga act like goddamn you didn't have nothing to do with it. And sometimes when you're a real nigga, you'll just let that shit ride. Like, but then sometimes that shit'll eat you up inside, nigga, and you just gotta goddamn say something. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, I'm the nigga that really on the cool gay, that nigga that alley oop. You know what I'm saying? But I don't even want no motherfucking goddamn recognition for that shit, because I know what I did and he know what I did. You know what I'm saying? But it's just kind of crazy how that nigga be popping it. You know what I mean? Like he just goddamn did this, like, and that shit. You doing your thing, bro. I ain't hating, but like, goddamn, nigga, you ain't gonna sit up there, nigga, and shout a nigga out, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? Like shit. You know what I mean? So, I definitely understand, where honeycomb is coming from, what I mean, in that particular situation. Plus there's been a whole lot of trolling, what I mean, that went on, and some niggas don't play like that, and and shit like that, man. But I feel like if they could get past, all of the bullshit ass trolling, and if finesse can come through with a respectable amount of money, because I'm not gonna lie to you, $1,500, $2,000 is not gonna cut it, bro. That's just not gonna cut it. Just the fact that you sent that is a slap in the face, bro. Could have sent that nigga like a light, bro. Even five would have been disrespectful, but you could have gave this nigga 5 racks or something. You know what I'm saying? 5 to 10. You know what I mean? That 10 would have just said, that 10 would have spoke something. I'm not gonna lie to you. That 10, you know what I mean, would have did something. But just the fact that you didn't shoot that 10 in the amount of time, and then you kind of like went on with the trolling, you know what I'm saying? When you could have just shot the 10, you know what I mean? It's kind of like even 20 is kind of like on a cool disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Like 20 is cool. Don't get it twisted. Nigga gonna take the 20. But like a cool 50, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. A 50 or that 40. You did that cool 40. That 40 will do it, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. That 40 racks, bro, a cool 40. You know what I mean? Bro will be cool with a cool 40. I know that 40, you know what I mean, to a street nigga that's, been having some money, it's not a lot, but you know what I mean, that's now we talking type shit. You dig what I'm saying? So I think if he hit him with a light 40, you know what I'm saying? I think Brazy will be cool with it. At 50, boy, hey, that 50 nigga, like we can meet up right now, you know what I'm saying? And chop it up, nigga, and play the game. You know what I'm saying? Like dead ass, nigga. Like that. Come on, man. Let's go over there and do a stream. Fuck you, man. You didn't see that, man. He sent the 50, man. You know what I mean? I knew that was my nigga, bro. I was wondering why that nigga didn't. You know what I mean? Like that 50 gonna do it, right? But y'all get in the comment section, man. Y'all let me know, man. What do y'all think about this, man? Can this shit, you know, be hashed out? You know, or is it kind of like too far gone? You know what I mean? You don't really see it. Like I said, bro, this is a recent interview that Finesse2Tymes just did. And a lot of times whenever, if a nigga put your name, on the title, you're gonna go click that video, bro. You know what I mean? You're gonna go ahead and check that out. And once HoneyKomb checks that video out, that interview out, I do believe that he might feel a little different. Not to say that he, ain't gonna still want to like, feel how he feel, but I'm saying, I don't know, man. When a nigga ain't hollering and shit like that at the camera and trying to come off like he just too gangster and all this type of shit like that, you'll kind of, you can see some respect there. So it seems like there's a little respect there in that it could possibly um, be hashed out. I will say that Honeycomb is, you know, he's in. If I'm not mistaken, I had seen one post where it said that he was in Houston. You know what I mean? So he ain't like running away from nobody. No one's running away from nobody. There's no smoke there. There's no beef there. So I think that what I'm saying, there's some money that could be made. You know what I mean? I really do. I believe that there's some money that could be made, man, in this particular situation, man. But I don't think that they should just right off the back like do a mixtape. You know what I'm saying? I don't or do a album or nothing like that together. Like these niggas call truce and then they come out with an album. Like no, they don't need to do that. Not that fast. You know what I'm saying? We could get that shit like late 2026. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. Something like that. But anyway, man. Y'all let me know, man. Y'all hit that like button though, man. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that right now, man. If you haven't, hit that like button, man, right now. You know what I mean? That's right there is gonna help the channel out tremendously. Hit that subscribe button as well. It's just gonna help the channel, bro. You know what I mean? It's just gonna help us out. Um, Other than that, bro, you know, I think I'm gonna sit up there, man, and probably wrap this shit up real quick, bro, because I got shit that I gotta take care of. It's still early in the day, so I need to get on up out of here. But I will shoot for another stream tomorrow or even later on today, man. I think I'm gonna do this shit again later on today. Probably like 9, 10, somewhere in there, man. Do a late stream, man, and man, kick the shit. You know what I mean? But in the meantime, man, y'all stay safe. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, man, stay safe. Get your goddamn paper. You know what I mean? Stay out the way. Hit that subscribe button because y'all know y'all got to be family, man. You got to join now. Y'all been rocking with me this long, man. You might want to hit that damn subscribe button, man. We'll talk to y'all later, man. Marak, man.